In today's video, I'm going to recreate one of the setups that we're looking at in MRVL. Okay, and if you've seen my videos before, you know that I like to look for retracements, extensions, and projections on these charts, and then I like to see if any of them are clustering together. So let's get started with this one. I'm going to start actually with retracements, starting with this major swing with that low made in April. So we're going to run the low to the highest high. Okay, all right, we're near a 382 there. But what are the other swings I can use? Well, I can use the higher lows also to the highest high. So let me do that. There's a higher low to this high. Okay, we're through that one. I'm going to erase that. And then there's a couple others that we can use. Okay, this one looks like the lower low. Low to the high. Okay, nothing too special there. Another higher low to the high. Another higher low to the high. Okay, and even this one. Higher low to the high. There's a 618 in there. Another one, and I think this is the last low to the high here. So that's all I can really do with retracements. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the levels that the market's already gone through because they're not helpful. I'm also going to get rid of some of the levels below the market that are nowhere near current market prices, so they're not helpful either. I just want to kind of pretty up the chart a little bit. Okay, so what else do we have to work with? Well, we can look at extensions of prior swings. And I basically want to look for ones that are going to overlap this area. So I see that I can run a low to high extended, a low to high extended, and a low to high extended. So let's do that next. Okay, so let's take this low to this high. Okay, beautiful. We have a 1272 extension that overlaps there. What else do we have? Well, we have, actually, what about this one? Low to high? Nah. How about this one? This low to this high. Boom! You have the 1618 extension in there too. I erased the 1272 because we're through that. And then we have this low to this high. And again, we have another 1618 extension. All right, what else do we have? All right, so the only thing I have left are projections. Now, I don't have any larger prior projections that have any value at this point on this chart because this decline was $80.40. The current decline is already 106.94, so we're through that. But there are some swings here internally that we could look at. So basically, you're going to take this high to low and this high to low and project them from here. So let's get rid of this, and then actually, if we label it, we'll know what we're looking at. Okay, that high to low is 80.20. This high to low is 77.06. Okay, so we're taking this high to this low and comparing it with this swing. So boom, you have that underneath there, and then you take this high to this low, project from this swing, and now we have a price cluster that includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think 8 price relationships. Now, just because there are 8 price relationships doesn't guarantee that it's going to hold. But we are going to watch for a trigger. If we don't get a trigger, we're going to leave it alone. But the zone comes in at 216.77. So let's take this 216.77. Top end of it, 223.96. Very, very healthy cluster. We're in it. We haven't gone below it. But I know that we don't have a trigger yet because what I'm looking for a swing trade entry would be either the 15-minute chart or the 30-minute chart with moving average crossover to the upside using an 834 EMA combo. I don't have that yet, but this is a setup. Since it's currently holding against the zone, this is when I go down to the lower time frame chart and I start watching for triggers. If I don't get them, I don't take the trade. If I do get it, then I take the trade, place a stop either underneath the low made prior to the buy trigger or underneath the low end of the cluster, which in this case would be underneath 216.77. Okay, so again, you know, it looks good at the moment for a potential setup, but we don't have any confirmation to step in just yet. Okay, so that's how we set things up. Again, it's setup, plus trigger equals trade entry, and then you manage it. So far we have the setup, but we don't have the rest. Hope that helps.